Hi everyone. In this very short video, I just want to go over some of the highlights about the syllabus so that you know to pay particular attention to certain things and where you can find information. Be sure that you take the time to read through the syllabus on your own and to look over the course expectations and the assignments. There will be some questions on it for your first unit test. So the first thing to know is where you can find the syllabus, where it's located on our Blackboard site, and that will be under course information here. If you go there, you can access the syllabus here. You can also see some other important information, my contact information, how you can get a hold of me, some of the best times to reach me. The course objectives and outcomes. This is also included on the syllabus, but it's important information, so I encourage you to look it over. The different kinds of assessments and assignments that you'll have, how the course will be graded and how you'll be graded in the course. And then a couple of rubrics that we'll be using. This rubric will give you an idea of how I'm going to grade the group discussions in this class, and this rubric will give you an idea of how I'll be grading the assignments. So please, before the first unit test, take some time to look over those. I'll be asking you questions about them, and it's just really good information to know for the class overall. So now I just want to highlight a few things on the syllabus itself. Again, you can see my office hours and contact information and the same information about the course objectives and learning outcomes. Course policies, it's not much different than most of the courses that you've had in the past. I encourage you to reach out to me beyond just email. Thinking about giving me a phone call every once in a while, or even Skyping, or if you're on campus, stopping into my office. I think a lot of times we can clarify information that way a little more easily than online, but certainly email is always available to you as well. Please read about my late work policy. I do accept it. I don't love it, but I think that the work that you do in the class is important, and it's way, way, way better to turn something in rather than nothing. Statistically, it's hard to come back from a 0. It's a lot less difficult to come back from a 50%. So even if it means you're, didn't get everything done, turning something in rather than nothing is really important. So just sort of please read. It kind of explains why I have certain due dates, and also some of my thinking about how I construct assignments. It'll kind of let you know where I stand in relationship to that. All the rest is very similar kinds of policies that you've probably seen in the past. Please look those over in more detail. You'll notice there's no required text for the class. All of the reading materials that we use in the course will be available to you on Blackboard. Be sure that you also watch the Blackboard video this week, which will kind of run through how the course is set up there and hopefully clarify the way that we're going to use Blackboard in the class. You already saw these kinds of main areas that you'll be graded on. Please take the time to look over the descriptions a bit more in full. I will have more detailed descriptions of all the assignments. You'll have group discussion prompts, and we'll talk much more in depth about sort of the literature review assignments. But this will give you an idea overall about how I'll grade and how the assignments will be used in the class. So please take a look at that. Pay attention to the standards, grading standards. And then the course schedule will be here. I don't anticipate a lot of changes. They sometimes happen. Various things come into play. So any changes that do occur, I'll make sure that I post them on Blackboard and that I email everyone and that I let you know. I can promise one thing, and that is if due dates on any assignment change, they will always change toward the future. You'll never find out something is due before it states that it's due on this schedule. You'll notice that the schedule is for the weeks. Assignments are always due on Sunday nights. So the week I essentially have it start on a Monday and end on a Sunday. So all of your assignments, tests, the final postings of group discussions are always due on Sunday by midnight. If you are a discussion leader, which I'll talk a little bit more about in another video, then your initial post has to be made by Friday at midnight. That is the only exception to the due on Sunday rule. So it's a good idea to keep that in mind in terms of scheduling and managing your time for the course.